Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another 12-12-80 battle for you today, and the Gentiles of France here are getting ready for battle, and they are charging ready into battle, and it looks like they are about to catch a Swiss general here. I mean, we've got some Swiss cavalry already over here engaging some Fusiliers of the French, and it looks like the French, these Fusiliers here going into support when they could have possibly caught that general. This Swiss general really cut off. And as you can see, he is actually being supported here by English knights. And they are going into face off against the gendarmes. So the French and the English fighting against one another once again. That's what I was trying to say. And against one another once again. That's what I was trying to say, but I could not seem to say that, it seems. It seems as though that both sides have brought in some allies, though. We have Kiev fighting for the French, and as we've seen, the Swiss fighting for the English. So some pretty strong factions here. Kiev got some pretty good hybrid infantry. The Swiss have some good pikes and gunners. So it'll certainly be good to see how these guys can do. You can see already those famous pikes on their way up, and gunners as well firing them from a bit of a long range. But there you go. But look at it. Yeah, this general really cut off really early on. I mean, these are medium shock cav, so they should be able to catch that heavy shock cav. And again with the Fusiliers as well, medium, so they should be able to catch and maybe allow those Gentiles to catch up and join the fight. We've got English knights here already wavering at 54 men. That's never a good sign. But yes, if you're enjoying 12-12 AD and would like to see some more medieval action, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and comment show support. It really does help out the channel. And yeah, just thank you very much, guys, for the 7k subs. It's been amazing. And yeah, all your support since then has been amazing as well. Like 12-12 has done really well on the channel recently, along with like NTW3. You guys are just the best subs around for sure. And you can see we've got a charge coming in here, though. Look at this, the French going in hard on these pikes here. Actually, it was not a bad charge, but they don't want to stay in there for long. Those gendarmes will start to suffer with the pikes. And you can see already starting to get poked down by those long pikemen. But they killed about 50 men. It's very good. Over here, the French again managing to catch the Swiss cavalry. If they can kill this general, this is huge. But you can see this cavalry desperately trying to get away, and it's being caught every single time. We also have a heavy command here, the Naz Guard, and he is dashing on in. He's actually going to get to the Swiss general, and that is huge. But yes, I've been told that this is a very close battle, and see some awesome tactics, and comes down to the wire. It's definitely worth sticking around to see how this one ends. And you can see here the Swiss general in real trouble here. I don't know if he's dead. If I quickly look at some of the Swiss troops, no, he's still very much alive. I guess they're just going to hope that they can kill him, but I mean, they should be able to get him. You imagine, yeah, look at this. He's wavering, winded. Most of these troops over here are active or fresh. I mean, what I'd do now is I'd pop a war cry on him. If you had war cry, pop that on him, you'd break him instantly. It'd be a massive problem. Over here, seems like it's a bit of a draw. Seems both the French and the English kind of withdrew. Looks like the English are trying to send over their cavalry to maybe support their the Swiss general. But there you go. The Swiss general has died. That is a huge loss and blunder there by the Swiss player. That could cost them dearly. And right now I'd be focusing on these heavy pikemen as well that are just out in the open, out waiting to be killed. We've got dismounted boyar sons that are just about to do just that. These are some of these very good hybrid infantry I was talking about. And look at them, they look nasty. I wouldn't mess around with these guys, that is for sure. But yeah, now the English and the Swiss have to kind of take up a bit more of a defensive position, I guess. You've got some levy billmen along with their pikes. I guess they were going for a fairly defensive setup here along with their longbows. But they're going to have to go even more defensive now, because the Swiss don't have a general. They can't really rely on being aggressive, because if they do that, they're probably going to play into the French and the Kievian hands. That is certainly not what they want to do. And you see the gunners now running down the hill. Looks like they're going to set off a volley. Fire when ready. Look at that. You can't see anything once they fire. These gunners, I mean, I don't know what they're shooting at. Maybe the swords down there. Yeah, it seems like they're shooting at those dismounted Dracaena down there. I mean, it's okay, but not going to do much damage. They are outranged by archers, that's for sure. Gunners certainly do a lot of damage at close range. I mean, at long range like this, they do take a little bit longer to do damage. But it seems like they've already killed 7 of them. They must be doing some decent damage there, I would have thought. The French going, by the way, really hard on cavalry. I mean, France is known for its cavalry. They have brought the King of France. I'm surprised they didn't bring Joan of Arc, since she's really overpowered. Got some Kievan boyars here moving up, maybe trying to scare off those gunners. They've achieved in doing just that. And now the archers can carry on their volleys. I mean, I just keep focusing down these pikes and these shock infantry. They have a lot of stuff. They're really vulnerable to archers. If they can deal with the English cav over here next, the French, then they are in a really good spot. I mean, they have a lot of cavalry. They have enough cavalry that they could hit it. The English cav head on with some cavalry, then surround with the rest of the French cav, and they would do the damage there. The boyars as well. There's plenty of boyars set up ready to go. They want to be careful that these boyars don't get shot to pieces as well by longbowmen, because those Renault longbowmen are nasty, and these dismounted boyars, or these mounted boyars, sorry, are pretty good, but they're not like insane. But cav is cav. The gunners look like they're ready to set up. Volley from them, maybe. They're reloading, and there they go. They're firing or something. I think they're gonna fire this. Yeah, looks like they might be firing the cav. Something's been firing the cav. But yeah, back to those dismounted boyars down there. Shooting them. Not really doing too much in the way of damage. Certainly an interesting start to this battle, that is for sure. Now it seems like we've gone from like a really high action part of the battle, and now we're back to a skirmish phase. Seems to be the dying down a little bit. Yes, but if you're wanting to send in your own 1212 AD replays or get involved in some awesome 1212 AD scenarios, we've got a few coming out very soon, or just send in, or just to join in some casual battles, feel free to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. We're coming up close to 1,000, I was about to call them subscribers, but they're not. They're just 1,000 members. 1,000 members on the server very, very soon. So if you want to be a part of the server, find out all the extra stuff that's going on the channel there as well. It's the first place to hear about live streams and also scenarios and just generally anything new on the channel. Feel free to join the Discord. The link's down below in the description. Look at this officer for the gunners, by the way. It looks such a weird helmet. It looks almost like a crow. That's what I'm going to describe his look. The French cav over here going and hiding in the forest. I think the English have seen it and probably know all about that. And the Swiss certainly do, because they have pikes ready in the back lines. And pikes and polearms are the perfect anti-cav counter. The Swiss also going to make a big push down the hill with their pikes. I mean, these pikes are going to be difficult to challenge for Kiev, who's only setting up spears. And, I mean, he's got shock infantry, but, yeah, again, not really going to be able to stop them. He really needs to use his archers and try and somehow get hammer and anvils, really. But England and the Swiss are going to have to worry about two fronts here. They've got the Kievian front, and then they have the French front, which is, like, really made up of cavalry. A few spears, but nothing insane. Just a few levy spears. I mean, if they're gunners now to Kiev, they can gun these pikes down just easily. Like, they're getting so close and they take so long to get into position that you have like time to get off like 3 or 4 volleys and decimate pike units and probably break them. Like, gunners are really good at breaking units. But here we go, cav charge. Kiev has seen a chance to get in and got a good cav charge off here with his boyars and get into the gunners. Really nicely done. He needs to get out of there now, though, because his pikes on their way, or polearms, as you say. Levy Billman here, rushing on in. And they're going to go in and try and deal with these boyars. And in fact, we have pikes coming in behind as well. And yeah, the boyars here, a bit off more than they can shoot. They really need to get out of there. They've done the damage to the gunners. They've really decreased their size. That's good enough. They don't need to do any more than that. And look at this. This could be costly. The English are pushing all their cavalry, I mean, all the way back here. I mean, that was dangerous because the French could have taken the time to strike and take out some of these units down here. I mean, Henry V? Henry V is a dismounted unit? I never knew. Or am I just... I don't know. I guess he is, maybe, yeah. Henry V is a dismounted shock infantry unit. I don't know. I think he is, which is kind of insane. I guess it's the whole Agincourt idea that he, like, fought on foot with his men. But yeah, I did not realize that. He's very vulnerable to cav. The pikes here, like I said, are having a really good time against the spears. The spears just can't get close enough. Shock infantry as well pushing forward on this flank. They're going to try and surround them. This is found Jauemnet. I don't know how you say this word, but yeah, they are really good. I can confirm that. I've played them quite a few times actually as the Swiss, and they are scary, that is for sure. I mean, they look awesome as well. Very colourful. And what are they going in for? They're going for some they're going for some guard bird axemen. I don't know why I wanted to say everything's dismounted today. I mean, I guess technically they are dismounted, but they just don't have it in the name. Don't know where I'm going with. Clearly going mad. Yeah, Birder Axemen, they're going in. They're going to duel against them. Pikes in here, fighting off against more good Birder Axemen. These Birder Axemen look like they've kind of got the pikes out of position, but the swords, the sergeants here of England coming in support against these Kievian shock. And I think, I mean, I would imagine the Birder Axemen will probably lose this, but I don't know. Boyar's getting a good charge off here on the shock infantry, and the Cav now in the back lines going in. The French losing out here. Gendarmes losing to English Knights. But this is not looking good over here. The French have got plenty of Cav to deal with this English Knight. And we've got more English Knights on the way. Looks like they're going to deal with these French Cav here. This is much weaker French Cav. This is just like mounted routiers. These are like, routiers are almost like, just like bandits that are just like hired. They're tier 1. They're gonna die to the tier 3 Cav, that is for sure. But more cavalry now descending onto the English Knights here, and they're trying to just kill them off as quickly as possible. The French, really, with the quality they have, should be beating this English Knights, and they also just have the numbers. The King of France now in here as well, trying to deal with this English Knight, doing a decent job. The pikes, though, are on the way. As you can see, they are slowly, ominously marching up. Boyar's sons here losing. I'm not sure they should be. These Boyars are actually kind of okay. But yeah, they are dying. And the swords over here not committing. They really need to. Good to see these spears flanking around. They could really do a lot of damage to these pikes here. And they could really take them out. Over here, great to see the French have won. And now they can move on to just dealing with any other cavalry fights that they need to. I mean, the French general, sorry, has just about got out of there in time as the Swiss pikes arrive. Look at that. They're going to start doing their pokey. Oh, and a good rear charge, in fact, by the French cav is going to sandwich these pikemen between a rock and a hard place. And that is a brutal sight for them. They are going to start to decrease very quickly. We also have the general over here for Kiev. He's dealing with gunners. That's a big win because gunners late game, you know, for that morale debuff they do is huge, taking them out. And the Swiss gunners are good. We've got more French cav over there. Custelier, still a really healthy Custelier unit. Just waiting patiently. These pikes here, though, I mean, they've taken out a lot of cav, even though they got rear charged. It is very, very close. I mean, it seems like the Swiss are winning this fight in quite a few areas. The Kiev is holding on by his fingernails with his infantry. It seems like the Swiss have the better infantry. And like I said, they're having a great amount of joy at the moment. There's Kiev now, though, coming into the back lines of this English sergeant unit. And they're trying to get some revenge. Try and support this Boyar they actually have fighting here. Their guard Birder Axemen are retreating. And it looks like there's this Custelier unit over here. It's broken at 30 men. But it's charged just straight on into Levy Billman. What a waste. What a massive waste of the cav. Just can't be wasting cav at this key point of the game. I mean, you could get hammer and anvil do so much damage. Numbers at the moment, 2,000 for England and the Switzerland, and 1,700 for the French and the Kiev. But they do have the cav advantage to the French and Kiev, so that could help massively. If they keep this general alive, though, England, the hope of victory is also still alive.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
And these pikes are starting to waver. Oh, but now the guard Birder Axemen are. Everyone's wavering. And there you go, the Birder Axemen broke instead, but the pikes not far behind by the looks of it. They just need to keep shooting them. If they put some fire ammo in there, these Lupniki here, they could probably break these guys pretty quickly. I did not realize this, though. The Swiss pikes can form square. I did not realize this. This is incredible. That's going to be very key. I don't know if... I mean, they got like some tiny little... Actually got one big Lubniki unit over there. But yeah, they've not got much in the way of archers that could deal with these pikes. I mean, I guess if the Pieton Levy's engaged, maybe they have a chance. But I don't know. It's coming down to the wire, though. It's 1,400 against 1,600. Got fire ammo coming in here from the rescue longbowmen. This is not good. Men are wavering for Kiev. Again, dismounted Jazina just charging the Levy Billmen, trying to break them. The Billmen struggling, but the Jazina are also struggling. It's a losing fight both sides. Well, actually, Billmen holding now. They're doing okay. They really need to get these French cav into play and doing work. I mean, there's still a decent amount of it alive. They just need to get some hammer and anvils on what's engaged, like hammer and anvil pikes, Billmen. Just do what you need to do. Kiev down here, though. I mean, these dismounted boyars, like, I thought they did much better. Maybe it's just this one fight, they're just not having a great time. But yeah, usually their hybrids do really well. Maybe it's just that tier 3 I'm thinking of that's really good. Maybe the dismounted boyars, like tier 2, are just not that great. Though the shock infantry here, though, is managed to catch this pike unit out. And has managed to actually break it, well, not break it, but beat it at the moment. Cavalry now about to go in to these archers. This should be a pretty nasty charge into really elite archers as well. These are yeomen of the guard, longbows, and yeah, that was a really nice charge. And I doubt they'll break the unit. I don't know. This is a 17-man gendarme unit. It's a pretty small-ass unit. Retinue longbowmen are getting hit hard there as well. Actually, you know what? The yeomen of the guard might break, but they might take the gendarmes with them. Like I said, they're both pretty damn elite, and now it's just the gendarmes wavering. These yeomen are just a bit of a pain to deal with. The other gendarme still doing pretty well against the retinue longbowmen. Longbowmen, they know that they got to fight for their lives, because otherwise they lose their fingers. It's a cool little thing, like they lost their bow fingers if they were ever caught by the French. Kind of a cool little fact. Got archers over here finally being broken. Retinue longwomen doing a good job. Henry V, by the way, has been in combat. Don't know if he won, but he's been very badly bruised. He's lost over half his bodyguard. It's not a good fight to be having against. It looks like against a lot of spears and cav. That's not good. But yeah, it seems as though Kiev is sort of cleaned up over here just about, but the French are nearly out of men. And it looks like the King of France going in to try and deal with these longwomen. They're going to run into a lot of billmen now. This is the thing. They've got to somehow get around these billmen and pikes that the Swiss and the English still have alive. Archers will certainly be one way, but I don't think they have enough archers and certainly not enough ammo to kill every single billman off here. You're going to have to try and get some hammer and anvils. As they're trying over here, you can see the cav smashing in to these blocks of pikemen down here. Like there's only like 3 or 4 cavalrymen left. Yeah, smashing into these pikes, trying to help break them. I'm going to see a charge here from the general. He's going to go in for these archers. And he also sees Henry V here protected by his very famous archers. And there you go. Knock down Henry V. Can they break him? I mean, if they can, those levy billmen and things like that should break pretty quickly. I mean, he's losing decisively. This could be huge, general versus general. We've got French cav as well coming in. You can see that the English billmen are rushing over here. The general's actually getting out of there for Kiev. He's not having any of that. Can they break Henry V? No, he's actually he's wavering, but he's winning. The general for Kiev also looking pretty rough. This is insanely close, folks. 600 for the English and Swiss against 700 French and Kievians. In comes another great cavalry charge from the French. They're going into the back lines. They're going to try and break Henry V. But they're taking a lot of casualties. Are they going to break? No, Henry V broke. And he's breaking, and with that, he's breaking a lot of retinue longwomen. Billmen might go as well. It's just, I think it's going to be these pikes that are going to be the pain to take out. And there's a lot of them left. I mean, I imagine they might break with army losses, but it's hard to say. But yeah, these levy billmen over here just not fancying fighting on now that there's no general to support them. I'm seeing these spears here. They're running for their lives. They don't want to be engaged with those pikes, and I don't blame them. Kiev bringing over what remains of his archers and his swords and shock, and he's trying to support there. But yeah, like France is just down to a general and a spear unit. It's been a rough fight for them. But yeah, it's incredibly close right now, and it seems like both sides are trying to maneuver and just try and, like, I don't know, just avoid like fighting each other. Certainly the pikes. Like, no one wants to fight the pikes, and they're gonna box up. It's a cowardly way to fight, but it might be the only way that the Swiss have a chance of winning. Well, the Swiss and the English, I should say. And yeah, those Pieton levies have none of it. I mean, the best place to attack would be the levy billmen. If you can attack them, break them, then you've got a chance then of killing off the pikes. But there might be enough pikes to make a triangle if they want to. But just fast forward to see what happens, because it just seems as though we're going to see a bit of a standoff from Kiev and from France as well. They're just both they've got literally like levy spears left after all that cavalry has been killed off. Like literally the entire chivalry of France has been murdered here. But the King of France doesn't care. He's like, yes, it's a normal Tuesday. That's fine. Or a normal Sunday, actually, in fact, when this battle will be coming out. But yes, it's a very, very good fight. It's been very close, that is for sure. And these billmen, like I said, just waiting. I think they could break at any moment. They honestly could. If they just fire enough fire arrows in there, but they're out of ammo by the looks of it, these Lukniki. I bet they wish now that they had those hybrids left. Oh no, they got like one volley, which had killed like a few billmen, but yeah, not really too much. And the pikes foolishly pushing out. Why? It's just asking to be charged here by the French general, the French king. Coming in. I guess they form square at the last minute. Maybe that's what they're hoping to do, break. Try and catch out a general like that, but that's like a pretty devastating charge. Now the billmen are pushing out, and you can see the general of Kiev. He's charged in. That's going to do damage and break those billmen. And there you go, the Kievian general's dead. And Kiev has most of the men left, so his general dying could be costly. And now we're seeing these billmen, yeah, over here wavering. Oh, it's going to be close. Pieton levies fighting against billmen. Pikes look like they're setting up, but they look like they could get chased in a moment. At any moment by, yep, Pieton levies arriving. Stab them up. The billman breaking is now just down to the Swiss. They've lost one of their pikes. The French general's still alive somehow. He's a brave but foolish man, perhaps. And there you go. That is the French general now dead. I think he must have died when, yeah, retreating out of that pike phalanx there. We've got them in square formation over here. This is such a cheesy way to fight, but it's like I said, the only way they may survive. These pikes are going to be a tough one to break. Tough nut, but they are wavering over here. This is not good, and I imagine if this one breaks, this could cause army losses and could be costly. I think this King of France here just needs to go in for a charge. Get a rear charge off somewhere. Look at the Swiss valiantly holding on. No wonder they defend the Pope. They're doing a great job. They can get yeah, look at this. I think these French spears retreating because they want to get their... Oh, I was going to say they want to get their king to charge, but he's just broken. A real shame. And actually, these Pieton levies, I guess, if they're going to charge off, maybe the charge bones might help them break these pikes, but I don't know. Both sides looking very tenuous right now. Both sides have wavering troops. There you go. Pikes break there. Are these Swiss going to break? Yes, they are. And look at that. A Pyrrhic victory for Kiev and the French. What a fight. It was really, really close. I mean, massive mistake, I feel, at the beginning of the game for the Swiss losing their general. That's certainly not helped. But their pikes and stuff like that, incredible and holding on for a long time. But yeah, really, really well done. But yeah, so the Kiev here doing a really good job. I mean, 430 kills with his general, incredible. And then we got 159 kills with the Drazina here. I mean, that's really good as well. 167 with the Boyars. Not that much actually doing that great, to be fair. Bird Axeman here getting 130 kills. They did very well, I guess, as well. And then we've got O. Jenkins playing as the Kingdom of France, bringing that all-cav army nearly. 220 kills with one of his gendarmes here. The Gentiles getting 127 kills, 400 kills with his general as well. Incredible. And then we have Carolus Hector. Though he did lose his general early on, his army did do exceptionally well. The shock infantry, 294 kills, 215, 177 with the pikes here. Very, very good kills. 91 with his gunners is not too bad. Then we have Subutai, not playing as the Mongols, but playing as England. And getting 102 kills with his Levy Billman, 135 with another there, 90 kills with the Sergeants, 184 with the Red and New Longbows, outscoring his Yeoman of the Guard longbows, and his Cav, the best, getting 88 kills, but did do a lot of defensive work against the French Cav, so no surprise he didn't get incredible kills. There you go, guys. That is today's 12-12 AD battle. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.